Hey everybody, today is Tuesday, January the 5th, 2021. We are still working on division. We just started our lessons yesterday with division, and we're trying to use strategies to help us divide with equal shares. So we're still working on sharing. We're learning this so that we can share in equal amounts. You're going to know you're successful when you can persevere through problems that are difficult, that you can find the number that represents how many groups or how many are in each group. So you may be looking for either one of those when we're using division. And you can use models and or drawings to show sharing equally. So we are starting another lesson on division today. Our learning objective for today, and the focus question I want you to think about is how can you think of division as sharing? So how can you think of division as sharing? We're going to be using models to solve problems involving sharing and record solutions using division number sentences. So when we're talking about number sentences, it's going to have a number, an operation sign, and an equal sign to show the quotient for a division problem. So let's start out with this particular problem here. We're going to share 24 cards between 4 people. We're looking for how many cards will each person get. So we're thinking about how many cards will be in each group. So we're looking for how many cards are in each group, not how many groups. So there's 2 different questions that we could possibly look for in division, which we've already talked about. So this time we're looking for how many are in each group. So in this particular problem, you would want to use a whiteboard or a sheet of paper, and we know that there are 24 cards and 4 people are going to share those. So the first thing that I'm going to do, because I know how many groups, I know there's going to be 4, I'm going to go ahead and draw 4 circles to represent those groups. And again, like I said yesterday, it's not about your artwork. I'm not going to draw cards because I'm just trying to solve a math problem. I'm all about art, but for today, I'm just looking at just drawing circles to make it easier. And I am going to put colored dots in there so that you see how many we have. Now, we had a total of 24 cards, and we want to use those cards to split them up or divide them with 4 people. Now, yesterday I kind of talked about in my video plus in my whole group lesson that I had with my homeroom, when we're doing this, we can just count by 1 and just pass out 1 to each person until we've used all 24. Yesterday, I drew a picture of 24 dots and then I just marked out as I put them in the case, but we're just going to do it passing them out. So I'm going to start passing out. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So for this particular problem, we are looking for how many are in each group. So I'm going to do my division sentence. So here goes that number sentence we talked about. We have 24. So that's my whole number. That's what I'm starting with. And I'm dividing that by 4 because I have 4 groups that I need to share those with. And then my final answer is going to be what's inside here. So we're going to count those dots. I have 3, 6. So my answer to this division problem is 24 divided by 4 equals 6. Now this first part is called the dividend. It's the number being divided. We're going to talk more about that later, so you don't have to write notes about it right now. The 4, the number that have how many groups we have, is the divisor. And then the answer to a division problem is quotient. Now remember, we learned those terms for addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So they each have, the answers to each of those problems have a different name. So in division, the answer to a division problem is called the quotient. So if it asks you, a problem were to say, what is the quotient of, then you know you're going to divide. If it says what is the product of, you know you're going to multiply. So those words are key to let you know what operation is going to be taking place. So let's quickly go over the vocabulary word that we had yesterday. So if you didn't take the opportunity to write that down in your math journal, go ahead and do that now. But we're going to talk about the word division. That's our vocabulary word. It's an operation you can use to find how many groups or how many there are in each group. So again, we're either looking for how many groups or how many are in each group. So division is an operation you can use to find how many groups. Now remember, there are 4 operations in math. We have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So we are talking about division today. Let's try some problems and let's see what you can come up with on your own. So you're going to take a look at these 2 problems that I have on here, and then you're going to try to find another way to divide 24 cards into equal groups. So let's look at the very first one. The first one says 24 cards shared by 24 friends. So you have 24 cards and you're going to give 24 friends some cards. How many cards would each friend get? So take a minute to think about that. If we have 24 cards and we have 24 friends, how many cards would each one get? And I hope you said 1. You are exactly right. It's 1 card. Because if we have only 24 cards and we have 24 friends, each person's going to get 1. Now, let's think about what we did in our problem earlier. Sometimes we can think about things that we've already done in our lesson or something that we've already done in our regular life. If we're sharing with friends in a normal daily basis, then we can kind of come up with some ideas about how many people would get, especially if we have the same amount of friends each time. So in this particular problem, we switched up our pose the problem that said 24 cards between 4 people. We found out the answer was 6. How many cards do you think 6 friends are going to get if there's 24? So think about what we did in that pose the problem, and your answer is going to be 4. Now, I'm going to have you to take some time, and I want you to try to decide if there's any other ways that we could divide 24 equally to a group of friends. So you get to decide how many groups. See if there is another way, or how many ways can you come up with for 24 cards. So I hope that you were able to find some ways, and maybe we can talk about that tomorrow if you're in Miss Adams' group. If you're in my homeroom, you came up with some awesome ones yesterday for our problem that we had. I want to remind you that you can use a model that looks similar to this one. In this particular problem, we had 18 divided by 3. Remember that the bar going across, those arrows going either way, are telling me that that is the whole. Those are the whole number that we have to share in this case. So if we have 18 to share, I wanted to know how many 3 friends would get. Now, if you look in this area here where it's split up, it's showing that I have 3 parts. These 3 parts, when put together, should equal 18. So if I'm putting 6 plus 6 plus 6, I know that 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 6 more is going to equal 18. So whatever goes here, and remember that we're using division and it has to be equal, we're wanting equal amounts for each person, then I can put these together to get 18. So this number here is telling me this is what I have. I don't have any more than 18, so I can't share any more than 18. And I'm going to share those in equal parts with 3 people. So I have 6 and 6 and 6 for each person. So this model shows you exactly how to separate that out to create that number that you're starting with, which is 18 in this case. Again, remember that today, if you have any questions during the time that you're working on your lesson, please contact me through our group Google Meet so that we can help you if you have questions. We're always there after our 12 o'clock meeting so that we'll be available to help you. So please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever about division, and I will try to help you through, maybe work some problems out with you just to help you understand it a little better. But if you don't, then keep working hard and get your assignments completed for today. Now, today's assignment, you are going to be doing your problem of the day and an IXL. It's I-1, so make sure that you're doing I-1 because that when I put it on there on my classwork assignment, it looks like a different letter. So it's I-1, and it is division and sharing. So make sure that you're doing the correct IXL today on third grade math. If you have any questions whatsoever, again, contact me during our Google Meet. I'll be there till 3 o'clock today to help you. So make sure that you let me know if you need me. The key word for today is going to be apple. Apple. So on the lesson work, you're going to comment apple because I think that everybody needs to eat healthier, and I'm trying. Ms. Bays is trying to eat healthier. So the key word today is going to be apple. Make sure you comment that after you've watched the video, and I will see Miss O'Brien's homeroom today. Thank you.